Hi, my name is Yasser Salim. I'm the founder and CEO of Aus Academics. I will be running through a large number of tools and techniques that are actually used in Agile mindset while running the projects in Agile. And they are also very important for you to understand when preparing for your Agile ACP exam. Starting with burn down chart, which is burn down chart is basically a visual representation of the amount of work that is actually remaining. So if you were to draw a line with time being on the horizontal axis and also the amount of work on the vertical, this is a downslope chart that actually reflects the amount of work remaining in a project against the work that has been completed. So the next question is, what's a sprint retrospective? Sprint retrospective is same as it carries the same concept as the lesson learned in the predictive and waterfall style of project management. So it's an agile ceremony. Sprint retrospective is actually an agile ceremony which is specifically designed for the team to inspect and adapt to the processes within the project and also to improve performance in the future projects. So they can actually look back to the lesson learned or sprint retrospective on what's been done and how could we improve in the upcoming projects. The purpose of a user story in agile projects. The purpose of a user story is obviously it's a chunk of project which can be a sprint can be broken down into different user stories or activities. In Agile, it's named differently to a user stories. It's actually is to describe a software feature from an end user perspective as well. It's a short and simple description of the feature written from the perspective of the end user. That's a proper definition of it, or a customer, end user or a customer, or people who actually use the product. It also helps the team understand the value of work from the user point of view. So, what value that work that is being conducted by your IT project team carries. Minimal viable product. Okay, minimal viable product is a functional product that carries the minimum cost and also the with the minimum feature that are actually important enough for the functionality of the project, and also it's basically as a product with the minimum features necessary for it to be deployed or used by the customer. So it has the usability, it has the minimum features, and it has the minimum cost. MVP, in short, is a version of a new product that allows the team to collect maximum amount of validated learning about the customers with the least effort that's been done by the development team. It has just enough features to satisfy early customers, provide feedback for a feature development. Okay, so what is the next concept will be the product owner. As you guys know, that product owner in projects is a voice of customers. So whatever the customer likes to or feedback customer likes to provide, or whether it's the arrangement or refinement of backlog that actually contains different sprints and user stories or activity that needs to be performed during a project. So the primary role of a product owner in a sprint meeting is to define sprint goals and also select the backlog items for the sprint and the acceptance criteria by the customer. Next concept again is agile principle that actually emphasizes the importance of delivering working software or a working product frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a performance with a shorter time scale. And that is, again, it's called the sprint. The maximum duration of a sprint is between 2 to 4 weeks, right? Spike is the next concept in Agile. So a spike is basically it's an experimental task that is actually performed by the development team to gather information or answer a particular question. So Spike is basically, if you look at a graphic representation of Spike, there will be a lot of resources, a number of team, or a mob programming, if you like. I'll be coming to mob programming in my later on in this video. So basically a spike in the resources that's being used to answer or justify a particular question, whether it's a question by stakeholders, a question by the product owner, or a question by a sponsor, or could be anyone within the project. Okay, so velocity is another concept. So velocity is the speed or a rate at which a team burns through its backlog. So velocity is the speed of at which the tasks are actually carried out within the project, and velocity is also it's a rate at which there could be a number of different teams that are actually working or performing at different velocities, and then you can't compare a team's velocity with another again based on just the number of sprints that has been completed. Every team carries a different function in projects, and they do have different measures of measures of measuring a team's performance. The next concept is a feature team. Feature team is actually a team that can handle multiple features across the product, encompassing all necessary various disciplines. So a feature team can handle or perform multiple tasks within a project, where and its feature team is basically carries most of the time in they carry T-shaped skills. T-shape, once again, is a skill that's a teams do carry, not just to perform their own job, but they also have a knowledge of the other functions that take place within the project. So not only they specialized within their specialized area of specialization, they also have a good knowledge and understanding of the other works that are being carried out in a project. Another concept in Agile is release planning. Release planning is basically a high-level meeting that involves the team and stakeholders to discuss the work that is expected to be completed over the upcoming releases, providing a broader view of the project's direction and priorities. This is also a very important meeting within the Agile style of project management. So next concept in Agile is invest. Invest is basically an acronym of different qualities. For example, so invest would stand for independent, valuable, estimable, testable, and also each user story should be self-contained and small enough to be manageable and testable within the INVEST acronym. So again, it's independent, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. That is the ideal. This is the ideal characteristics of a project in Agile style of methodologies. Backlog refinement or backlog grooming is another concept or a meeting where the product owner and the development team, they come together and review the backlog items in a project to ensure clarity, understanding, and to estimate the effort required for the future project. So backlog refinement basically is to prioritize the tasks that are actually yet to be completed by the development team, and what needs to be done first and when. So this is how this type of a meeting is aligned within the projects as well. Next concept we have is a pair programming. Pair programming is basically two team members that would sit on a workstation. Basically, one of the team members that actually writes the code, the other one it basically reviews and tests the line of the code as well. That's called pair programming. Mob programming, as I said to you earlier, is another concept where a large number of team members will come together at one workstation and get the job done as well. That's pair program. That is the opposite of pair programming. Um, it's another one of the agile practices where the teams actually do perform and get the job done. Again, the iterative development. Okay, iterative as the name sounds, is the repetition. It's a repetition of the task that are actually being carried out, or you can also say that work gets repeated until correct. It's an agile project practice where the agile project is built in smaller segments. With each segment building upon the previous one. So each segment, it's a bit like the jigsaw puzzles. So one task or one segment gets carried after the other one. These increments, as the work increases, are presented to the client for early feedback and allowing the adjustments to be done along the way as well. So as you know, Agile is very change focused. Change, unlike the predictive style of project management, Agile actually has early feedback loop from the customers as the projects actually as the work is actually repeats. So first of all, you've got one set of programming done, you send it to the customer, and then you've got the feedback, and you keep on repeating that iterative loop until the task is correct and it's deliverable to the customer. And that is the concept of iterative development. Also, the Scrum of Scrums, which is another concept in the Agile, where in a large project, it is the purpose of Scrum and Scrums to coordinate, synchronize work of multiple Scrum teams in large projects. Basically, it involves multiple Scrum teams in Scrum and Scrums and meetings that actually serve as a coordination mechanism. Representatives from each team to meet and discuss the progress, the impediments that actually they face, and how they plan to ensure alignment and integration across teams as well. So Scrum is basically used on a large scale projects. So there's another methodology called pull system. Pull system is maintaining a pull system is the benefit, first of all, is to prevent the team members from being overloaded with tasks as well. So whatever for example, this is this. You're working with a large team, and they carry different skill sets and specializations as well. So pull system basically allows the team members to go and grab the task they actually specialize in, and they go and pick up the work from the backlog, right? And when they're ready to take on the new task, so one's completed after the other, instead of you getting the task pushed at them and them not completing properly, whether it's the first task and then and then you have to move on. Especially when you're getting work pushed at you, you actually get there is a possibility that you will make errors and you will be overloaded with work as well. So basically, the pull system it promotes the efficient workflow management. Okay, the next concept in Agile for vital for your Agile ACP exam is a value stream mapping. So value stream mapping, as you know, as the name sounds, is a graphical representation of the workflow or the value that's being delivered in projects. The purpose of value stream mapping is basically to outline the stuff